Hello everybody, the Quiet Atheist here, and I have another very interesting video for you guys today. However, before we get into anything regarding this video, I do want to let you guys know, as usual, that all relevant information will be provided in the description down below for everyone to take a look at if you're interested in the topics that are going to be in this video. Now, as far as this video is concerned, it is going to be a direct response video to a recent video made by the David Pakman Show titled, "What Happened to 16-Year-Old Black Girl Who Died in Police Custody?" I want to basically add my thoughts to the situation at hand. Now, this is the second time that I am aware of where an African American woman, or in this case a young African American girl, died in police custody. I am sure that you guys are aware of the first one, where an African American woman who goes by the name of Sandy Bland was pulled over in Texas by a cop for improper signaling. The situation escalated, and then she was put in cuffs. 3 days later, she was found dead in her cell. Allegedly, she hung herself with a trash bag. I read every article that I could find, to be honest with you guys, about the story, just to see what kind of an insight everyone had on her unfortunate demise. I personally came to the conclusion that it was a very suspicious situation. I mean, how can a woman who has everything going for her kill herself like that? She came to Texas to start a new job that she wanted. The whole situation doesn't make any sense to me. An autopsy was taken and it was determined to be a suicide from what I understand. That is the part, like I said, that doesn't make any sense to me. Before we get into the second situation, I want to give you guys a bit of information. Later on in the video, you guys will understand why I am giving this information in the first place. Let's start with the dim mak, aka the death touch. They say that this was developed by the Chinese. They say that it is still taught to a few select kung fu practitioners. They say that the dim mak is depicted as a secret body of knowledge with techniques that attack pressure points and meridians, said to incapacitate or sometimes cause immediate or even delayed death to an opponent. Aikido was primarily developed by the Japanese in the 1920s. It was created more specifically by a Japanese man in the early 1800s. I do not know how to pronounce his name, but it will be in the description. The David Pakman Show reported that when this young 16-year-old girl first entered the facility, she refused to give up her hoodie of some kind. They also report that an Aikido move was used on the girl to detain her. Now, from what I understand, Aikido is used when one wants to use their opponent's momentum against them. I would ask, did she charge at one of the officials? Anyway, she was put in a holding cell of some kind under a 15-minute watch, meaning officials were supposed to check on her every 15 minutes. 14 hours in at the Kentucky Juvenile Detention Center, this 16-year-old African American girl was found dead in her cell. It was determined that there was an officer who wasn't doing his job in regards to checking on her every 15 minutes. He has been placed on leave with pay, from what I understand. You know, a vacation with pay as far as I'm concerned. Authorities reported that an autopsy was performed on the young girl. They also reported that the autopsy showed no cause or manner of death. There were no signs of trauma or a drug overdose, according to authorities. I guess that they are currently waiting for toxicology reports. Can anyone guess what those reports might say when they get them? Here's where I give my opinion, if you will. If it was an Aikido move or some other type of force for that matter, there should be at least some type of trauma from that. But the autopsy shows nothing. So what does that tell me? Somebody is lying to cover something up, basically. People can call it a conspiracy all they want, but I would never put someone lying under the conspiracy theory banner. It does not fit in that category, and it never will. One thing is for certain, though, guys. Something was done in this situation, and hopefully there can be a little light shed on the subject for those that are looking for answers. The David Pakman Show's video contains more detailed information on this subject. If you're interested, thank you all for watching and listening. Oh yeah, there's one more thing that I would like to mention that pretty much echoes what Lewis said in the David Pakman Show. The family should send the body to a different agency altogether to have an autopsy done. You know, kind of like a second opinion from a doctor.